like we have our strategy. This is literally the strategy that we use to run. Well, it's a boilerplate version of the strategy we use to run our marketing, Facebook and Instagram ads for our client. And we parsed it out into a 17-part course to just teach it to people. We taught this to people more on a one-on-one kind of consultative effort. And, they've turned around and built consultancies out of it. So we kind of made this course to just kind of have a downsell to people that can't really work with Electric Eye. With that, I've been giving this course away for free to all of our partners, literally, just to show them that it's valuable, and let them get something out of it. And if they believe in it, they can be an affiliate partner of it, and we'll give them straight up 50% of it. You know what I mean? It's already done. If they can sell it to somebody for us, I'll give them $1.25. We'll take $1.25. We'll call it a day. It's essentially like we already had all this content built. And the more grand plan of this is using the big audience we built with the podcast and kind of have some info products that we can sell that are on top of the kind of like high level stuff we do at Electric Eye. Is, essentially we can't create more time for ourselves. So selling these strategies and these info products is kind of just a growth strategy for the audience that we've been kind of curating for the last couple of years.
Got it. So this is when you say partners, you give away to your partners. Do you mean the actual brand partners, the clients, the potential clients or former clients? Is that who you mean?
No. I mean, I'm talking so one of our partners is Postscript. It's an SMS platform for e-commerce, and their partner rep was interested in it. And I gave him free access to the course. I was like, yeah, go learn. Here you go. If he likes it, he's a good mouthpiece for it. But actually they came back and they're going to promote it for us and feature it in their email blast for us just to, be nice. It's what, putting some more eyes on it is just an easy thing partners can do.
And do you talk about any implementation stuff with tools in these courses? Are any of these about Postscript, Klaviyo, anything?
This one specifically is more about Facebook and Instagram advertising, though in one part we do mention how much easier it is to segment audiences with Klaviyo.
Okay.
And we're building a Klaviyo course right now.
Okay. This is what I want to talk about. Okay. And I'll show a couple examples to give everyone's, to get everyone's heads kind of around what it is. So you have an agency like Chase's that are teaching super valuable courses that your potential users are definitely in, and maybe some of your current users. The idea here is to enable Chase's agency to append a specific class or set of classes on, hey, what if Klaviyo? Hey, what if Postscript, right? So the core content stays the same, but you work with Chase to provide him the assets, maybe some videos. Same thing if you're in our program, what you do with us, but you give it to Chase and you say, hey, if you append this to your class and you do a separate landing page, that's this, but for Klaviyo, we will drive traffic to that. We will post it in our newsletter. We will share it on social. Here's when we're going to share it. Here's, maybe even some money in order to pay for seats for our free users. And the conversation we had with Recart, this is Recart's agency. I had a conversation with Brandon, had a conversation with Nick, and this is what came out of that conversation. It's a course with Recart spoken about. And the important thing is these are agencies that have the trust and respect of your potential users. You doing a course about your product, yes, you may be the experts in the product, but you don't have that full understanding of what is going to happen once the product is in place. And you don't have the eyeballs and the ears of other agencies or internal marketing people that want to know what are the strategies that I can execute on top of this. Yeah. So if I gave you, Chase, let's just say I'm Postscript, right? If I said, hey, if you append a Postscript section of this, maybe 3 classes, I will send free users in my onboarding process. Anyone who signs up for Postscript for free, I will put in the onboarding email. I recommend you check out Chase's course. It's great. We have an agreement. He's not going to charge you. Don't even worry about it. And they send you users. Would you be open to that? If so, what would it take? If not, why?
I think at the end of the day, it's all about how much time do I need to spend to do this? How much is it going to eat away from me running my agency, right? So if they come to the table and they're like, here's a script, here's 3 lessons. All you have to do is sit down in front of your camera. Hell, let's just get on Zoom. We'll record it on our end and we'll edit it all together for you. You just need to show up and kind of talk about your expertise. You know, that's a win-win for me. You know what I mean? I think that's fantastic. I think, you know, the way that you want to position these things is, you know, nobody wants to take a class on hammers. They want to take a class on how to build a house. You know what I mean? So you gotta produce the content around, you know, in my space, it's like how to make your first $1,000 in sales on Shopify, right? That's a course that'd fly off the shelf. If it was free, 1 million people would sign up for it, right? But if you guys take the time to write that course for me or even a dozen other partners, heck, one partner does each lesson, that's fine with me. And then, you know, so our faces are on it, our agencies are on it, we're getting some exposure that way. But then, you know, there are certain sections where we're talking about the tools that you kind of, as an option while you're building this house, you can use this certain hammer. And here's the features and benefits of that particular hammer. There are other hammers too. Everyone knows that, but here's this hammer. We're going to talk about it.
Got it. So the requirements for you is that your face and your brand are on it. So it's going to live on your site. So I think that's
I mean, or it could live on their site. I have no problem with that either. So say if it was like, postscript.com/free course, or I don't think that's their URL, whatever. And, and it's either I'm doing the whole course for them, or it's me and a couple of their other agency partners, doing a section of the course. That's perfectly fine with me. It doesn't have to live on my site. Heck, it might be a big ask to make it live on an agency site because their site might not be built that way, or that might be, building that out on their own end might be something they just don't want to tackle.
I love it. Okay, so just to reiterate here and put this into a potential strategy for those listening. If you want to go to your more strategic, expert, thought leader type agency partners and propose this, hopefully you already have some of these partners that teach courses, typical marketing courses. This is one for B2B. If you're B2B, this is a video sales training from Impact on top of Vidyard. They do this on top of Vidyard. They show people how to sell in videos using Vidyard. So same thing, just B2B. So the premise is you've got agencies potentially doing this, maybe not, but you want to come to those that are thought leaders that do a lot of posting, that may have a podcast, and you want to propose this. You want to say, hey, we would like you to teach our users and other people how to do marketing plus how to use our tool, right? In conjunction, how to implement our tool, and then how to sell services on top of it, or how to just do things on top of it, right? Now, in order for us to make this happen, Chase would probably need you to explain where and how their brand is in front, right? So is it going to live on your site? If so, do we get links? Do we get our brand? Where is that going to be in place? A promise to promote. What is the promotion schedule? How are you filling this course with students? I will do the same, but I need you to promise me that it will be in newsletters, it will be in social posts, etc. And then also, this seems like a lot of time. You've got to quickly nip that in the bud and say, Chase, we are going to record some content ahead of time. We're going to give you the digital assets to give all the students, the PDFs, all that kind of stuff. We just need you to show up for these select times to pre-record some content. And then maybe you have a cohort-based one-on-one or roundtable type session, which is what we do, where you just schedule that monthly. And then all of the students get to show up and get some sort of live QA support. Is that right? Would that be something that could potentially work?
Yeah. I mean, the more that we've kind of gone down this rabbit hole, it reminds me of, there was a big marketing book that came out recently in the D2C space, and I'm not going to name much more than that. The entire book was ghostwritten, and they just gave chapters to the thought leaders that they wanted their names on it.
Oh, wait, hey, can you find that? Maybe
I'll tell you directly after this. But yeah, so if you did the same type of idea, but with a course, you write the whole course, and then you give sections away to your partners and say, hey, does this sound good to you, or do you want to tweak it? We just need you to record and talk about this concept as part of the course.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, I've seen those pop up in that sort of format. So it's, Chase and Electric Eye are teaching how to do, video ads in Instagram, and then someone else is teaching a specific how to do what. The whole course is brought to you by Postscript or Klaviyo or something. Mm-hmm. and everybody is contributing their level of expertise. They're not leaned on to do the entire thing. That is a great option. So the subset of this big course for one agency to do is create the course, create the curriculum, reach out to your agency, say, hey, Chase, which one of these classes would you like your name on and would you like to teach? It's going to be an hour of your time. We've already got it kind of laid out. Would you be willing to do it? And then reach out to the next partner and the next partner. And then you have something super valuable, and you've gotten that much closer to Chase as an agency partner, as a person. That's called partner enablement. That's what we're here to talk about. So I posted the links to all of these examples. We've got Chase's, we've got one from a Recart partner, and then we've got a B2B version that is a more high ticket version. This one's 35 grand, by the way. They crush it with this one. So, or up to 60 grand, it looks like.